back to Mythbusters of Love. And we're asking you, our callers, to give us a call and ask us some questions.
A few moments later.
Look at this, we're getting a call right now. Let's see what they have to say.
Yes, hi. I have a question for Ashley. What do you think of when someone mentions love?
Thank you so much, caller. And thanks for calling. Have a great night.
Okay, hello, mystery caller. What I think about when somebody mentions love is the type of loves there is, like family love, platonic love, friendship loves, and how it could all impact our lives.
That is so beautiful. Once again, guys, we're here all night long. And when I mean all night long. So give us a call, answer all your questions. We're here for you. Oh my God, we're on fire. This is amazing. Hello, Mythbusters here.
Hello? Am I on air right now?
Yes, you are, sir.
Let's go! So I have a question for Annalise.
Okay.
What fairy tale comes to mind when you think of love at first sight?
Amazing question. Thank you. Don't call us again.
Wow, that's such an interesting question since there is so many fairy tales to choose out of.
Pick one.
And, well, one that actually comes to mind straight away is The Little Mermaid. So when Ariel sees the prince for the first time, when you know she got that spark of true love. So when I think of a fairy tale for true love, I think of Little Mermaid.
Beautiful. Okay, guys, it's been a really long night. We have time for one last call. Let's see who the lucky person is. Oh, goodness. I'm excited.
Hi! Oh my God, I'm so excited!
You are our last caller of the night. What do you have to say?
I actually wanted to ask a question for everyone.
Oh, this is amazing.
So, here it is. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Huh. No, good question. Good question. Have a great night. Do we believe in love at first sight?
Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Let me put you on. Fairy tales tell magical stories with love, villains, and heroes. One idea that stands out is love at first sight. In some tales, it is where two strangers meet, lock eyes, and fall in love. But in reality, love is more than just looks. It's about personality, kindness, and intentions. Fairy tales often ignore the deeper qualities and focus on only looks. It makes it seem like love happens in an instant, but in real life, it takes time and effort to build a strong relationship. So while love only seems good on books, it's not how things actually work out. Alright, well, I'm done yapping. Come and listen to my boy Devin over here.
Yo, there are many theories and articles about this love at first sight. However, the majority believe that it is just in fairy tales. In this article titled Love at First Sight Only Exists in Fairy Tales, written by Shelby Sneed, states, just like everything else in life, love takes work, respect, and responsibility, and not everything is going to go your way. Open your eyes and see that true love at first sight is simply a false image that fairy tales have planted in our minds. Until the day I personally experience true love at first sight, I will continue to believe those who think they have experienced it are absolutely ridiculous. People believe that it is just made up, something to dream about when we are young. That is because fairy tales make it out to be this magical thing. When you finally lock eyes with your soulmate, the world around you seems to disappear. However, love is not as simple as locking eyes. No one falls in love that quickly. In the article, Is Love at First Sight Real?, Snow White states, some people just don't see eye to eye when it comes to big life choices, much less values. The only way to find out if the person you fell head over heels for wants the same kind of life you do is to ask all the big questions and get to know them in all 4 seasons and on a road trip too if you can swing it. Without sharing those lived experiences, it's kind of impossible to know if you're headed towards happily ever after or something way more sinister. Love is way more than just looks, because people could look really pretty on the outside but have an ugly ass heart on the inside. This is proven with the movie Frozen. Anna falls madly in love with Prince Hans. She only saw him for his pretty face and knows little to nothing about him.
Not you're awkward, but just because I'm awkward. You're gorgeous. Wait, what?
Then later on in the story, he betrays her and shows that he isn't who he pretends to be. Fairy tales make it known when a character is in love. They will have many things that tell their audience that the characters are in love, whether that be with music, the way their eyes look, a freeze frame, and many other things. However, when fairy tales describe love at first sight, whether or not it is a girl looking at a man or a man looking at a girl, one thing is clear. They only like them for their looks. In the story Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp, by Hannah Diab, she states, "After a couple of happy years, Aladdin saw a glimpse of the daughter of the Sultan in the lamp. At once he fell in love and wanted to marry her. He sent his mother to the palace to talk with the Sultan. She took the magic fruit with her and returned as many times as was needed for the Sultan to see her. After seeing the gems, the Sultan agreed to the marriage, but it would take place 3 months later. Aladdin merely saw the princess and knew he had to have her as his own. He never spoke to her or got to know her. No, instead he saw something pretty and he knew he had to have it. Kind of like a kid asking for a new toy. For something to be considered as love, it takes time and effort, not just attraction." In the article, "Is Love at First Sight Real?" by Teresa E. Donato, it states, "The kind of qualities that are known to reflect love, like intimacy, commitment, passion, they're not exactly strong in those first moments when people say they've fallen in love at first sight. At least, these emotions are not experienced to the same degree as they are by people in established relationships. The extent to which people in relationships report feeling intimacy and commitment and passion towards their partner far exceeds reports of these emotions by people who experience love at first sight. Yet, the love at first sight experience appears open to these emotions to a greater extent than first meetings where love at first sight is not reported. Love is complicated, and it is hard for anyone to describe, but one thing is very clear: it doesn't take an instant for someone to fall in love. Take the Disney movie Enchanted. In the beginning of the movie, Giselle falls for Prince Edward after he saves her. They had their love at first sight moment, and the next thing we see is them getting married. However, that doesn't go to plan, and she ends up in the real world faced with real things like the concept of love. It took her a while, but after forming a connection and getting to know Robert, they fell in love. This movie shows what love is, and not the made-up kind that fairy tales show. Now, as we come to the closing of our discussion, let's reflect on the idea of love at first sight. We've seen how it's often portrayed as this magical moment, glorified in fairy tales that we've grown up with. But as we delve deeper into the topic, we realize that this portrayal lacks the depth and complexity of real love. Yes, fairy tales depict those instant connections and happily ever afters, but real love is way, way, way more than that. It's built on a foundation of genuine connection, understanding, and shared experiences. It's not just about fleeting attraction or a single glance to form the connection and bond of true love. It takes time, it takes effort from both parties. They have to unite and work as a team. It's nothing like fairy tales portray.
Whoa, what just happened?
That just came out of nowhere.
Hello? Are we on air? Yo, I don't know where that guy just came from. You know, you should get that checked on. I don't remember the question, but I'm sure that guy just answered it for you. So that's a wrap. And Mythbusters of Love, we're out.